Hello, this is Aaron with the first devlog for Serpentry. I made two prototypes and I'm planning to make a third. So I'm going to show you the first two and why I'm having to make a third. The first prototype I made was in 412 stable and it uses Jolt. It's in 3D. Um, These tiles here, for a while, we couldn't figure out why they wouldn't show up correctly, but in the editor, they are invisible for some reason whenever in compatibility mode. Extra weird thing is, like, you can see the one where the cursor is, and it's off center. That might be a reason that I'm having some rendering issues, because you'll see even whenever it's displaying correctly in the editor, at runtime it doesn't run very well. Rather, at runtime it doesn't show the textures. Yeah, I was in the wall, apparently. Here's the thing though, I got the physics to work pretty well. I rather like the bounciness, general physics. It feels comparable with Camel Try. It's the finish. It works. So I don't know. Um, it's just really odd that it doesn't display in here. I tried a lot of things and I really just couldn't figure it out. I think it's a tile or grid map issue, as far as I'm aware, or a Crocodile importing issue, because I'm using Crocodile. I don't quite understand Blender. It's probably going to be a lot more trouble for me to learn Blender, do this, than to just do 2D. At least I thought. So rather I need to get out Godot 4.2 beta 4 for this. Okay, so prototype 2 here, I made in 2D, and I decided I wanted to use box 2D after the physics were pretty wonky. And the reason that's the case is because, I guess tile maps are not made to be rotated. The colliders, unless you set them to animatable, in which case you then cannot rotate them. I will show you with the node hierarchy. So you actually see it looks like it's working just fine. Uh, but you might also notice that I'm not turning it quite 90 degrees or anything beyond that. That's because the physics start getting kind of weird. And by that I mean really weird. And like the momentum is being sent some unexpected directions. Like, so I'm turning the screen this way, but like the momentum is also being sent at an angle. It's interesting. I'm not turning the screen or turning the gravity. So it's like I'm turning the stage. I'm turning a control node that the stage is attached to. You look here. So it control nodes you can change the pivot point of, so that you can change where they're rotated from. That allows the board to be turned um, at the camera's point, or where the player is. Um, and 2D nodes cannot be, their pivots cannot be changed. I don't know why. I guess it's some limitation of them. Um, which is strange because you can just parent a control node to them and then rotate that, and that'll rotate the children. But I guess it's not so strange once you realize that if you turn on collision animatable, it suddenly does not turn. So this is me being unable to turn the board at all. This option changes the collision from static bodies to kinematic bodies. Or maybe it's just one body. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with a completely different idea where I don't turn the stage and I instead turn the camera and change the gravity to match where camera's bottom would be. So instead of the stage turning around, it would be camera and the ball's gravity sent around. And that should make tile map collision still good, still acceptable, hopefully. Um, yeah. So that's my plan so far. I don't know what I'll do if that doesn't work. Yeah, but so far I'm just quite uncertain. I was really hoping that Godot 4.1 at least be would be good for making this kind of game, but now I don't know. I thought I could change pivot points on pretty much any 2D object, but I guess not. And when they're kinematic bodies, it doesn't allow it. It might be fine for things that aren't tile maps, but I want tile maps. They're very useful for making things real quick. So like this is very inconvenient. Like, and I have a level structure that could really use it. It doesn't need to be hand drawn or so yeah. Um that's the state of this game so far. I'm gonna make a third prototype. Wish me well.